Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about a lot of things, but one of them is how much money did I spend in the month of March? Many of you guys know that have been with me a while that March was the very first time that I tracked all of my spending for the month of March. I've never actually done that before, tracked every single penny I spent. And so I'm going to share with you my insights on that. And I want to talk to you about some book reviews and a bunch of other things and a bunch of repairs that were happening, all sorts of interesting stuff. So let me start right away with books. You guys know I love to read, or many of you that have been with me know I love to read. And many of the books that I get, I use the Libby app through a library. A book that I read recently that I really liked was by Kristen Hanna, The Women. It's about women that were nurses during Vietnam, the story of what happened during that time and what their life was like after. I thought it was a really good book. I read several of Kristen Hanna's books. I don't know if you guys have read any of her books, but I really enjoy her. She's an excellent author. Another book that I read by someone that many of you know is called The Feast of Life by one of our dear ladies. I call her Coffee with Kate, Kate Singh. It's called The Feast of Life, and basically it's not your typical frugal book. It is a book about being grateful for what you have, abundance, and ways that, you know, Kate has gotten things at a really great price and just how they're living an abundant life on a low income. But I thought the book had a lot of encouraging things in it, and I really enjoyed it. Now, let me get into some of our repairs, and then I'm going to tell you how much did I spend in the month of March, because I wrote down everything, and then I'm going to let you know whether I'd rather do that again. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the refrigerator. I had them to come out and assess the refrigerator, and they basically, drained it all, said some things froze up, de-thawed it, and it was okay for about a week. Had to call them out again. I haven't even done a video on this. They had to replace a part in there, which wasn't an expensive part, and since they replaced this part, the refrigerator's been working. So got used to the new refrigerator working again for a few weeks, and everything was going well. Then all of a sudden, our dishwasher was giving an error code. Yes, I kept the book and instruction book on what that meant. It basically meant a clogged line. We had a warranty on that, had someone come out and fix it, clear out the line. So far it's been working well, so I'm happy about that. But for about a week I had to wash dishes by hand. Guess what? Not a major deal. You know, I do look forward to using the dishwasher, but I've kind of made a decision. On days that I do a lot of cooking, which is usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, I'm going to use the dishwasher. But on the other days when I'm doing demos, I'm just going to hand wash. That way the dishwasher will last longer. And you know what? Hand washing dishes and doing that is not a major deal. But when you're using a lot of dishes and a lot of things, it can become overwhelming. But I'm going to just Thursday through Sunday hand wash dishes. So it was kind of a good experience, and it's all right. So I'm grateful to have all the appliances working again. Another thing is we did pay off our heater. We did buy a central heating system. It was close to $10,000. I paid that off in less than 90 days. I did have to take a chunk of our savings. We had a little over $9,000 in the savings, not quite $10,000. And it wasn't enough to pay for the heater in full, so I was doing more demos and using that money. And so I'm working on getting my savings account, and I call it a sinking fund for emergencies, repairs, and things like that. That is the savings we go into when we want to pay cash for things. So you need 4 new tires on the car. That might be something. You have a plumbing bill, things like that. And so right now I got it down to where I only had $1,500 in there. Because of saving as much as I can over the last month and a half or so, I got it up to around $2,900. So I'm working at trying to get it to $10,000 so that we have a decent savings for little things that come up here and there. So I'm kind of low on that savings, and so we're working on it. So that's kind of what's going on. Now, to our budget. I tracked all of our money that we spent. And I want to say some things that I feel I'm doing much better this year than I did last year. Number one, I'm shopping at Dollar Tree less often. Number two, for this year, I have not done any Amazon shopping unless I have a gift card. So if I don't have a gift card, I'm not buying anything on Amazon. And then number 3, I'm just doing overall less shopping. I use the cash envelope system, so for things locally, not my bills. So when I'm out and about at the grocery store, for example, or I want to go to Sam's, something like that, or maybe go and buy vitamins somewhere, anything like that, I use cash for those things. I budget $500 a month for groceries for a family of 3. That's for just food items and drinks and things like that. And then whatever we buy, coffee, all of that. And then I have $250 that I use, so $750 might sound like a lot, but let me tell you what that averages out to. The $250 is for these 7 line items. Number 1, entertainment. Includes movies, might also include going out to eat if I wanted to, things like that. Number 2, Dollar Tree, which I am going less often. Number 3, Sam's. And what I mean by Sam's isn't food items. That comes out of groceries. What that means is, okay, I'm going to buy some vitamins there. That might be something I would purchase there in a large quantity. It could mean toilet paper, laundry detergent, anything that I may get at Sam's. Then number 4, health and beauty. And so I have that can use anything like mascara, shampoos, things like that. And that could include medicine. Number 5, household. Let's say we went to Lowe's or Home Depot, picked up light bulbs. Number 6, pet food. Number 7, miscellaneous. Could mean just anything that might not fit in a category. Let's say I wanted to go to a thrift store and spend some money. So that's $250, which if it's a 4-week month, that's $62.50 a week. If it's a 5-week month, that's $50 a week. Some people might think that sounds like a lot, but I know folks that spend an easy $400 to $500 a month just on going out to eat and entertainment. So I do it. What's good about this is I haven't reverted to using my charge card. Last year, if I would run low on my cash envelope, I would just charge it and pay it off right away. Well, I'm not doing that this year. I am using just my cash envelope system for all those line items. The month of January, I had $200 left over because I didn't spend very much at all. Maybe it's because the heater kind of happened during that time. What I did is I moved the $200 to the next month for the cash envelope system. In February, I had $100 left over. I moved it to the next month so that I would take out less cash. And then this last month in March, I had $20 left over. So the good news is I make sure not to spend more than that amount. So I'm just going to keep the $20. And, we had Easter this month, so I bought some extra things for Easter dinner. I did buy a few little treats and goodies for folks that I love, but I did it on a way smaller scale than I normally did. I did it like on a less than $10 budget per person. I think I spent like, $6 per person, something like that. It was very doable. I do want to say this. If you ever want gifts and things for holidays, like let's say it's a treat, I definitely really think Aldi is a good place. I wish I had it in my hand. I bought this really large chocolate egg that was filled with tons of pieces of chocolate in it, and they had marked it down at Aldi, and it was originally $6, like close to $7, and they marked it down to a little over $5. That was a good value, and I know something like that at other local stores would probably be about $12. So I felt like that was a good deal for a nice little gift. $5 and something, you can't go wrong. So I highly recommend Aldi for gifts and things like that. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. Now, let me tell you how much I spent. That's what you want me to get to. Number 1, groceries. I spent $499 to $500. Didn't go over budget, but that's what I spent. How much did I spend in all the other things, all those other categories? I spent $234. I actually ended up with $20 left, so I made a little adding mistake somewhere. I'm like $3 off, but I was still under budget. So I'm really pleased with that. Will I track every penny from now on? I don't think I will, because I take out my cash envelope system. It's what I have for the month. What I do is I just put items back if I think I'm overspending. I'm waiting on things. I'm doing way less impulse buying. I'm basically spending a lot less money than I did even in 2023 and 2022. I'm a much more mindful shopper. And as long as I stay under my cash envelope system, and I think my budget is very reasonable, then I think I'm good. Now, if I saw that I was overspending and I was running out of money in my cash envelope system, then I will go back to tracking. Before signing off, by the way, guys, I'm doing a shout out to a new channel that I'm absolutely loving. It's called The Cozy Creative. This young lady is an author, and she writes all sorts of books, and she wrote 40 books in 4 years. Her life is fascinating, and she recently did a video about her budget and how much money she spends in each category. I find those videos fascinating, but she's just a really neat lady. I'm going to link her channel below, and I think you're going to really love her. She's just down to earth, easygoing, very sweet spirit. So let me know how your budget's going. Do any of you use the cash envelope system? I'm curious what you budget for things, whether it's miscellaneous, going out to eat. How do you do your budget? And what do you guys think about my video? And just share anything you'd like from anything that I shared. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye now.